Author's Vlog Supplemental 40.5. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Things have been super crazy with the writing and then the editing. Oh, the editing. There's some stuff I wanted to talk about that Javam really doesn't have an opinion on, so there's no point in making it its own episode. So today I want to talk about pen names. Why would you have a pen name? There are several different reasons why, how to think about a pen name, all that good stuff. If you're going to write in several different genres, there are people who, once they've read a certain number of your books, get an idea that this is what you write. So if typically under one name you're writing fantasy novels and they're high fantasy novels and you've written 2 trilogies, and then you decide you want to write some mystery novels, well, you probably want to do it in a pen name because a lot of people will simply assume that if it's got your name on it and you've written all these other books, that this is just going to be another fantasy novel. And then they get disappointed and then they get upset about it. That's one of the reasons why Nora Roberts writes under a pen name. I think J.K. Rowling has a pen name for her non-Harry Potter books. And I know it's weird. I don't know why people wouldn't just read what it's about, but it's kind of a thing. Another reason could be anonymity and or trying to not let people know you write in certain genres. You get this a lot with romance novelists and erotica novelists. A lot of people don't want to be associated with that, and there are several reasons why. Embarrassment, vulnerability, and just the fact that some people just don't understand. They just have these preconceived notions of what romance is, what erotica is, that it's trashy, it's terrible, blah, blah. And some people just don't need that stress in their lives, so they just rather their coworkers not know that they write erotica. Or they don't want people to know what some of their weird fantasies are that they're writing about. So to keep things easy, they just write with a pen name. Another reason could be like what I'm dealing with. The fact that your real name, either another author is using it, which you need to Google your name and make sure that another author isn't using it, that maybe there isn't a horrible racist person with your name, or a pedophile with your name, or a mass murderer who also shares your name. These are things you should know. So Google your name. I'm sure we've all done it already, but do it again. Like if your name is Jeffrey Dahmer, that's probably not the best pen name. Stila Webb is a pen name. And the reason is because my real name is super long, hard to spell, and harder to say. It's hard to Google. It's just not worthwhile in this instance. So I decided to use a pen name. I don't care if people know. I don't mind saying I have a pen name. That has nothing to do with it. Anonymity is not in it at all. I really just don't care. Mine is, I want it to be unique. I want it to roll off the tongue easily. I want it to be easy to say, easy to spell, easy to search. So I tried to find something that was. Stila is also the name of a cosmetics company, one that I actually happen to like. I have some of their cosmetics. And it's a nice name. And when you search Stila, the only thing you find are Stila Cosmetics and me. 2 thumbs up on that one. So it's unique. It's super easy to spell, it's super easy to say, and it's easy to search. The last name is just because I'm going to do self-publishing myself, and Webb is easy. Just throw an extra B on it. I think that actually is an actual last name. So that's how I came up with this pen name. If I were ever to write romance novels, which I've tried and I'm bad at it, I'm just so bad at it. If I were to, I would have another pen name for that, just to keep them separated. I haven't decided if I'm going to use a pen name when I decide to do the science fiction work that I have in the process. I've got some stories that I'm working with that are sci-fi. I might go ahead and publish it under Stila Webb. I might just add an initial, like Stila A Webb or Stila B Webb or something, whatever. I might just throw an initial in there to keep them just a little different enough that people know it's me, but know that it's something a little bit different. So now's a really good time to start thinking about, do you want a pen name? So again, search your name, figure out what comes up. If you want to have a pen name, try to figure out what kind of pen name you would want. Javam writes under his real name as a science fiction author. And it's fine because honestly, if you look up Javam Ghosh, not a lot comes up. So that's a really good pen name. As for the progress of Catcalled, I should be editing chapter 13 today, so I'm actually a little bit behind. I think it's probably going to be about 25 chapters when I'm done, so I'm almost halfway through. which that's good. I'm gonna have to rewrite the midpoint is coming up real soon. I'm just about there. I think that's gonna be chapter 15. I've got people reading it, and I've gotten some really good criticism, some really good information. I've done some changes already, so the first few chapters are pretty near where I want them to be. The only thing they really need is polishing at this point, as long as everything else stays cohesive. There's going to be a lot of rewriting in the bad guys close in. There's going to be a lot of rewriting in the climax, because that's not completely done. It was really close. But I definitely left a lot of stuff out that I knew I was going to have to come back and rework. And the resolution, I have to work on that. So it's going to get really bad with the editing really soon. The good news about that is when we start talking about some of the publishing aspects of it, doing your book cover, whether or not you want to do self-publishing or traditional publishing, what traditional publishing is going to entail, you know, agents and publishing houses and all that good stuff, create, you know, cover art, blurbs for self-publishing, how to self-publish, you know, stuff about how to deal with the format. That's all coming up in December. You'll still be able to do some editing during that time. And if you don't get it out, like if you're actually following along, which if you're sane, you're probably not. If it doesn't come out directly on, you know, January 1st, 2018, that's okay. I'm not 100% sure mine will, but it'll probably be very close. I haven't given it to beta readers to do a full read yet, so once I do that and I get that information back, then I'll do my final edit, and I'm really hoping there isn't huge stuff to change. I don't know when I'm going to do a supplemental next. I'm trying, like I said, I'm really trying to. Fall's busy, like we're getting into the holidays, things are going to get super busy. We've been doing a lot of traveling because just a lot of things have been happening. But I will try. So this is a quickie. As you can tell, I didn't even put makeup on. You're getting me all natural. Any questions? If you have any topics you want us to cover, anything that we haven't hit so far, email us, hey@writing.wang. Yes, it's a real email address. And I will see you on Saturday with a new episode.